Hey everyone, Genome here with the next episode of Was It Good? Today, we're going to take a look back to 1985, and we're going to look at an album from a band who was voted the hottest new prospect on the scene, I believe by MTV back then. Band of the Year, accolades are rushing in, and unfortunately, they seem to have fallen off the map fairly shortly thereafter. And of course, I'm talking about the band a-ha with their album Hunting High and Low. So pretty much everyone's exposure to this album came off the album's mega hit single, Take On Me. A fledgling MTV played the video over and over to great effect, and of course we all remember the video. Oh, maybe I'll just put some shots here, 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 here. I could go on and on all day, but really there's no real need to even go through it. Everyone knows the song from either the radio or from music videos. By now, the song is just fully ingrained in the culture of music of the 80s. So today we're here to take a look and see if the album was actually any good. You know, a lot of us thought it was pretty good back then, and actually this is one of the first CDs I had ever bought, way back in the dark ages of CDs. So let's go ahead and look at this on a song-by-song basis, and then I'll go ahead and give my overall thoughts of the album afterwards. Okay, so the album leads off with its most famous and the band's most famous song ever and huge hit single, Take On Me. Take On Me is got a very catchy hook. It's got very standard pop song structure, and of course had the quote-unquote amazing video to go with it. So this song has started to grate on me a bit over the years. It's still a decent song, maybe even good. I think it receives far too many accolades for the quality of the song that it is. It's not bad, and it's not something I would actively turn off the radio if it came on, but I don't think it's the highlight of the album at all. It just happened to make it big. Song 2 is Train of Thought. This song isn't my cup of tea. Song 3 is Hunting High and Low. Now, this is probably the best song on the album. It's also the title song of the album. But it's a pretty good one, actually. It's hard to explain. It has a real interesting sound to it. It sounds as if the vocals are, from the intro, very close to you.
Here I am, and within the reach of my hand, she's sound asleep.
You know, like he's singing in a small club or bar, right? And he's only 10 or 15 feet in front of you. And it kind of seamlessly changes to sound like it's a much farther away distance. And I don't know, not to wax poetic, but maybe the sounds kind of like it's echoing across a frozen Norwegian landscape, you know? But, you know, who am I to poet? So, yeah, it's probably the best song on the album. Definitely top 2, and one of their better songs overall. So that it's definitely worth checking out, and a very strong point on the album. Song 4 is The Blue Sky. It's got that blue sky kind of repetition going on in it.
Blue sky, blue sky, blue sky.
It's pretty upbeat. It's got an interesting tempo, and it's an okay song. It's nothing too special, really, but it's okay. Song 5 is Living a Boy's Adventure Tale. Now, this song is pretty good, and it's definitely top 3 in the album, maybe in the top 2. It has a real minimalist sound to it, and a-ha actually pulls off that minimalist sound very well. In fact, they probably should incorporate it a little more in this album, but hey, it's their album, they can make it like they want to. But no, they do the song real well.
Change of weather, the rain pours down, my head in hands, pressed to the ground. And where am I supposed to go now?
It has kind of a dreamy, you know, traipsing through a golden meadow and drifting down the river in a canoe with no paddle, you know, kind of just a real melodic, tranquil kind of mood to the song, and it works well for it. So it's definitely a high point on the album. Song 6 is The Sun Always Shines on TV. Now this is a pretty up-tempo song and probably the highest energy song on the album. And it's a good song. It's not too bad. It's not great, but it's good. And it gets some bonus points too for being a fairly regular song that was played in a club that I used to hang out in many years ago. I also really kind of dig the synth work in this song. I don't know how to describe it, but there's certain sections of it where it sounds like, to me, like someone took a full xylophone underwater and started playing it, you know. It's real good. It's got a kind of a galloping beat to it, so it's a pretty good song. Not too bad. Song 7 is And You Tell Me. Just a real simple kind of ballady song. Simple. I don't know what to say about it. It's okay. Not bad. Song 8, Love Is Reason. Well, what's to say about this song? It's the worst song on the album. I don't even think it's a question. I think it's an awful song. Song 9 is I Dream Myself Alive. It's an okay song with some actually fairly interesting drum beats in there, drum machine beats.
We'll be chasing our tails madly. See days pass like wildfire. Right from the start, I knew this world would break my heart.
Upon reflection, I actually probably like the song better than Take On Me on the album, so it's a fairly decent closing song for the album. Not too bad. And the 10th and final song is Here I Stand and Face the Rain, and this song just feels like a filler song to me. Feels like they had to, you know, to beef up the playtime of the album just a little bit. The studio execs were probably not happy with just 9 songs on there. Actually, a few of these songs almost feel like filler songs, so, but I mean, every album has to have them, you know, they can't all be big hits and perfect songs. So the question is, was Hunting High and Low good? It's fair. I wouldn't even call it good per se. You know, I have a kind of a restrictive scale, you know, awful, bad, fair, good, you know, great, and then, you know, like genre defining or whatever, but it's a fair album. It's none of the songs except for maybe I Dream Myself Alive are really all that horrible. It's a fairly well structured album, and it's definitely well produced. There's definitely a clean sound to it. The vocals are definitely a high point of the album, and there's some decent synth pop to be had here. Just some other bands do it better, but yeah, I will say that I do kind of like the vocal treatments on this album. So there's some pretty good stuff there. It's got 2 standout songs, the title track and Living a Boy's Adventure Tale. Both of these are definitely much slower tempoed songs, and they have kind of, I don't know, like I said, like a lot of the album, but these songs in particular have a real glacial feel to them. Cool, methodical, and just kind of relaxing. So, you know, kudos for that. They did it well. But at the end of the day, I think most would probably just stick with the smash single Take On Me, and I don't know, just kind of leave the rest for the more niche market. But anyway, so that was my short little review of the album. It's a fair album. If you found it in a dollar bin or something like that, or found it real cheap, it may be worth a pickup for you. But if you're just getting an album because you like the single Take On Me, you might want to rethink it and just download the single itself, because not a lot of the rest of the album actually feels like that song. The song is almost an outlier as far as the rest of the album goes. So anyway, fair, decent album. Heck, there was a lot worse in the 80s, so hey, what can I say? Good job, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would, leave me a comment down below. I'd like to hear from you guys. I'll have some more episodes of Was It Good coming up shortly. And just to let everyone know, I'll be moving here fairly shortly, so if video uploads get a bit sporadic, that's kind of why, but I'm going to try to record enough so I can hopefully release them on a fairly regular basis. In any case, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of Was It Good. Until then, this is Genome, out.